Hello, hello, evolutionary women and evolutionary men who support evolutionary women. Big, big, big hello. And I'm so excited to bring you the amazing Judith Yeabsley from New Zealand, who is also known as the Confident Eater. So she is the founder of a movement and something called the Fussy Eating New Zealand. She's an author, she's a speaker, she's a podcast guest, and all around amazing evolutionary women. So Judith, thank you so much for being here with us today. And tell us about what the journey as a GIFEW Evolutionary Woman Entrepreneur Award nominee has been so far. What did you say when your friend said, hey, I nominated you for this thing, Judith?
Well, I have to say, and thank you, Catherine, for having me on. It's great to be here. Being nominated for any award is lovely, and especially as a small business owner, because it's always really nice to be recognized. But I have to say this award is particularly special, firstly because it's international and it makes me part of a group of sort of motivated and exciting women. But also I was nominated by Karen Tui Boys. Not only is she a legend here in New Zealand and quite rightly so for the amazing work she does, but also because she won the award last year. So a big thanks to Karen for being nominated.
Amazing. I love, yes. And we were just in conversation earlier. It's like we're so close in degrees of separation because our other mutual friend, Kathy, nominated Karen last year. So it's like the gift that keeps on giving, passing the torch, and like, okay, Judith, like I'm looking at you, sister. It's you're up this time around. Yeah. And we're just so delighted at GIFEW to shine on women. Like small business owners are really the greatest catalyst for societal transformation that we know of out there, which is what this whole awards is about. So tell us a little bit more about your confident eating mission, movement, business, and who you are, what you're a stand for in the world.
Okay, so this is a big one because my mission statement is for every child to be able to approach food from a place of safety and joy. And unfortunately, there are thousands of children just in New Zealand alone who are not able to do so because they are what we would term, fussy, picky, selective eaters. And here I want to clarify and say we're not talking about children who prefer chicken nuggets to broccoli, but children who just can't bring themselves to eat certain foods. And often they're down to under 30, under 20, or even under 10 foods that they can manage. And to change this, it is not quick or simple, and it requires a whole host of measures, better education around food and feeding, more support for parents right from the start, less censure and more understanding. I view childhood picky eating in the same way as I would view struggling to walk or talk or read. But as a society, that's not what we do. Recognition and validation from medical professionals, because often that doesn't happen, and more places for GPs and pediatricians to actually refer children to, preferably funded. So I think that's the most important ones, but it's just such a huge beast, and there's just so much to do.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for what you do, because as a former ballerina, I was fortunate to grow up in a healthy eating environment. But whenever I traveled and attended other schools across the country, it was like a minefield. Like I was so shocked at how complex something as simple as eating was with so many young girls.
Absolutely. And actually it's the most complex physiological process that our body performs. So when we say it's simple, it's actually not. And so that again plays into a lot of the challenges that children face.
Yeah. And Judith, what would it mean? So if you were to win and be the GIFEW Evolutionary Woman Entrepreneur of the Year, what would that do to shine a light on the cause and move things forward and help support your mission on an ongoing basis?
I mean, I guess part of the problem I have is a bit of an unusual one, because it's awareness that I exist. So if you're a coach or a naturopath or an engineer, people know to look for you and know how to look for you. The most common comments I get is, oh, I didn't know what to look for. I was just so desperately Googling and I found you. And I've done quite a good job at building awareness around my home city in Wellington, which is really, I mean, we talk about city, but it's 300,000 people. So, in the swing of most cities around the world, it's a village. But to have more parents, both from around New Zealand and internationally, would be fabulous. And it's not that I don't have clients offshore, but it would be great just to bring hope and support to more widely. I was speaking to a lovely mum from the UK last night who told me, she'd been to umpteen specialists and nothing had worked, and she knew exactly what she was looking for, and she would know what it was when she found it. And so that would be a big part of why I'd like to win an award. But then I would also love to be part of a group of amazing, moving and shaking women. It's always really exciting and supportive to be surrounded by women who excel in their fields, and you can't help but learn and be that little bit more motivated when you are in that environment.
Oh,
So
amazing.
yeah, so I just wanted to say, sort of end it by saying, a big thank you to Karen for nominating me, and Catherine for coordinating all this. It's been really, really great. Thank you.
Well, everyone, please click the link above and vote for Judith, because a vote for Judith is a vote for children everywhere being healthy and joyful in their eating, in their nurturing of themselves. And these little people are our future. They'll be looking after us. So let's give them the gift of learning how to do it in a healthy way, from the earliest years possible. So thank you, Judith, for being who you are, doing what you do, and good luck at the awards. We'll see you all soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.